Welcome to Mo's World, the baseball podcast. We're excited to bring you our latest episode. Your feedback is important to us, so please feel free to share your comments.
Awesome.
If you enjoy the podcast, spread the word to your friends. Alrighty, in our 20th episode of Season 2, we are going to tackle the subject that most Yankee fans do not want to hear. Are the Yankees done as a dynasty, or take that back, is the aura of the New York Yankees finished? Now, it's pretty obvious that the Yankees do not intimidate like they used to. They don't even get the free agents they desire. So what is it? What happened? Did the rest of the league catch up? Yeah, that's it, all right. They are no longer the dynamic that the Yankees had when they possessed the most money. They had the most power. They got the players they wanted. They had the most scouts, the most minor league teams. Well, that was ancient history. That was the era of the 30s, 40s, 50s, and into the 60s, the power of the Yankees. Through the 70s and 80s, things were starting to change. They became stagnant. And then we got the Joe Torre era, and the 90s reestablished the Yankees' clout. But today, in 2025, the Yankees have the same basic chance of signing a free agent as a team like the San Diego Padres. Now, we're going to get into that and see what's that all about. After watching the Dodgers dismantle the Yankees again, holy crap, it's sad because this aura is finished. It's laughed at now. The Yankees are just another team trying to get to the World Series. The Yankees used to think, all we need to do is stay close and get the starter out of the game and take control. And that was the Yankees' theory. Now the result is hold on and see if the bullpen doesn't blow another lead. The Dodgers simply laugh at the Yankees. And they're out with it too. They don't care to hide it. The Dodgers got into the heads of the Yankees as being inferior. And that's the truth. Derek Jeter used to say the Yankees play to win the World Series, and anything less is a lost season. Well, I'm sorry, but those days are over. This team is really thankful just to make the playoffs. 2009. That was the last year the Yankees won the World Series. In 2025, the Yankees are entering the season looking for that elusive World Series championship. And it's been 16 years since the Yankees hosted the championship parade. The last World Series before that was won prior was in 2000. In 25 years, the Yankees have won 2 world championships. Well, we all know the Yankees have won 27 championships. How does that compare to the other teams, though? All right, so the past 25 years of World Series winners. Now, stay tuned. We're gonna run through this kind of fast. The Los Angeles Dodgers have won 2. Texas Rangers have won 1. The Astros have won 2. The Atlanta Braves 1. The Washington Nationals 1. The Boston Red Sox 4 World Series. The Chicago Cubs 1. The Kansas City Royals 1. The San Francisco Giants 3. The St. Louis Cardinals 2. The Yankees 2. The Philadelphia Phillies 1. The White Sox 1. The Florida Marlins have won 1. And the Anaheim Angels, and I don't know where the hell they want to be from now, but they're Anaheim, and they're the Angels. And they won in 2002 for their only World Series win. And then last but not least, the Arizona Diamondbacks have won one. So those are your past 25 years of champions. That's 16 teams winning the World Series in 25 years. Now, are you saying that's good, that's bad, you don't give a shit, or whatever? Well, let me put it into a little bit of perspective. The previous 25 years, going from 1999 to 1974, 15 teams won the World Series title. And if we go the previous 25 to that, from 1973 to 1949, 10 teams won the World Series in 25 years. Now, here's the kicker. 1948 to 1923, 25 years, only 9 teams won the World Series. So we've gone from 16 to 15 to 10 to 9 in 25-year references. So you talk about balance over dynasties? We have never in the history of Major League Baseball have so many teams winning a World Series as in the past 25 years. The leaders and the world champions, like I said, everybody knows that the Yankees still lead with 27. But who else? Do you know the other leaders? Looking at the past 75 years of World Series winners, we can see that the Yankees were pretty dominant from 1923, and I'm going to cap it at 1969. Now, the Cardinals have won 11 World Series, the Red Sox 9, the A's 9, the Dodgers 8, the Giants 8, the Pirates have won 5. But they haven't won since 1979, so it's been 46 years since their last World Series win. The Reds have 5 World Series, the Braves with 4. The Tigers, they have 4, but they haven't won since 1984, so it's been 41 years since their last World Series win. The White Sox, they even have 3, and the Twins/Senators have 3. The Orioles, they sit at 3 as well, but it's been 42 years since their last World Series win. And then we've got the Cubs, who won in 2016 with 3. Now, out of all the previous World Series winners, the teams with the longest drought are the Pittsburgh Pirates of 46 years, the Baltimore Orioles of 42 years, and the Detroit Tigers of 41 years. Wow. You know, that shows you why fans are getting impatient this year. You're hearing a lot of shit from fans this year who they're getting restless already. You know, we're only a third of the way into the season. Yep, all above those teams. At least the Tigers are making their presence known. Recently voted as the best team in Major League Baseball this past week. We got to be watching the Tigers. Now, the combination of what A.J. Hinch has brought to the table, instilling that young athletic team, basically their theory is to say, fuck it, let's win. You got to love that attitude, and it's all A.J. Hinch. I don't bust his balls as much for what he did with the Astros. I think they played it over on him. I don't think he liked it either, but he's a good manager. He really is. Now, I already hear you asking already, what Major League Baseball teams have never won a World Series? Well, that would be the Milwaukee Brewers, just a bit outside. Established 1969, it's been 56 years since they have ever visited a World Series for the first time. The San Diego Padres, established in 1969 as well. They tie them for 56 years. The Seattle Mariners, established 1977. It's been 48 years and they've never seen the big game. The Tampa Bay Rays, established in 1998. They're going on their 27th year without ever visiting the World Series. And then we've got the Colorado Rockies, established 1993. It's been 32 years, and their fan base have never seen the World Series. Wow. Never won a World Series. You know, as a Yankee and a Braves fan, I can't comprehend that. It's never? Wow. You know, most of these teams, though, try to win. Yep, regardless of today's current one-loss records, most teams are formed, and by management that at least tries. Though the Rays management just needs to be sold. Their recent decisions with their stadium just makes everyone sick of the situation. Everyone knows my disdain for teams that continually pocket money instead of trying to improve the team. But the question comes back to saying, though, why aren't the Yankees still dominating in World Series competition? I think you can say that 1969 ended the Yankees' dominance. Now, the World Series wins of the Yankees. If you go from 1923 to 1968, that's 45 years, and the Yankees accumulated 20 World Series wins. From 1969, the year that we had divisional play, that's when that started, to 2025 now, that's 56 years. Well, in 56 years, the Yankees have won 7 World Series. 7. So the first 45 years of basically their existence, they had 20 wins, and they've only had 7 in 56 years. That's not too dominant in my book. I mean, you can just keep pretending, but the added divisions, the league catching up in technology and scouting, and don't forget the copycat effect. All Major League Baseball franchises, front offices, they always copy the team who won previously. So we didn't go 27 years of winning the World Series without some teams copying the Yankees. But they absolutely no longer do they intimidate teams. They don't intimidate front offices. They don't even intimidate opposing fan bases. That Yankees team is ancient history. It may hurt to hear that, but that's the friggin' reality. Looking at the list that I just read above and realizing that the Yankees have 7 lousy World Series championships in 56 friggin' years, and only 2 in the past 25. Come on, wake up. That's officially dead. All right? The Yankee aura is officially dead. The Major League Baseball, they understand the power that the Yankees of, the playing well and being in the playoffs, they like that, That's why this Dodger-Yankee thing that they're playing up right now, they love it. They, eating up the East-West Coast and, the 2 biggest kind of TV whoever's going to watch, right? So, but they also know that all teams being competitive is also the goal. Now, teams have adopted policy of tanking and the aspect of being good, then tearing the team apart if successful or not after a run at the championship. The Red Sox have redefined tanking in baseball. We kind of hear this term a little bit more in football. And they're only playing 17 games, so it's fucking easy to tank in football, You lose the first 3 games and it's like, okay, we're tanking, they tie it all up, fuck it. But in baseball, they got to do this for 162 games. Even the best teams go through 2-week spans where they suck, But, without winning for 10 years, well, it seems most people can deal with their team tanking. If they win 3 championships overall, that's interesting. And that's basically what the Red Sox did. Would you rather have your team win 3 World Series in 10 years between the years of tanking, or just stay competitive for the next 10 years? Most people take the championships. They're good with it. Now, basically, the Yankees are just another team trying to win. They're in the same category as the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers have had some awesome teams in the past, but they've not won a World Series since their runaway dominating year of 1983. Excuse me. That's 42 years. Now, Tiger fans have waited. Now, perhaps you may understand the excitement that's in Detroit this year, because no one projected them to win the division, let alone contend for the World Series. And as the Tigers sit 20th in the league in attendance at 25,392 average fans in the seats, they're enjoying what they're seeing. And I only can imagine the next 2/3 of the season, we're going to see them even get more and more fans, especially as the weather gets nicer. So let's keep an eye on this team, as this team this year is making a run. So this just proves how hard it is to win the World Series, especially now. People continue to talk about the potential dynasties that get shot down year after year. Mention the word dynasty to a Braves fan, and 2021 seems like decades ago. And even the Dodgers are working at it this year. Besides destroying the Yankees at bay, other teams have been making them work. There is no dominant team this year. The hot team that is pitching and hitting going into the playoffs will be the favorite. And that's why teams set themselves up for the playoffs. I feel the excitement will come from the American League Central, and I can't believe I'm saying that, because no other division has 4 teams that are interchangeable to win the division. Now, the season may already be getting short for some teams, like the Orioles and Diamondbacks, but it's still a long way to go for others, like the Braves and the Royals, and even the A's. The A's. Wow. Goes to show how a team can implode over as little as 3 weeks. They were looking good 3 weeks ago, but now they are the shit team of the league. I'm still not writing them off, though. There's something about that freaking team. Now, I'm looking forward to how the season will unfold. I hope your team is still in it, because it's only a third of the way through. I'm sorry, Rocky fans, I forgot. The fat lady isn't singing. She's already packed up and booking her off-season plans. Well, that kind of wraps up our podcast today. Thanks for joining us for the 20th episode of Season 2 of Mo's World, the baseball podcast. Our regular schedule for new episodes is every Friday, with each episode lasting approximately 20 minutes. We appreciate your support and encourage you to share the podcast with your friends. Our next episode will be released on Friday, June 13th. We look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, ask yourself, whose world is it? It's Mo's World.